Hello and good evening. Another major success has been registered for India in its bid to bring fugitive economic offenders to justice. A United Kingdom court has denied Punjab National Bank fraudster Nirav Modi bail. We'll tell you what the court said while taking that decision on Newsnight tonight, because it is quite significant. I'm Gautam Roy. We'll also be talking about how the electoral landscape is shaping up throughout the country in our special segment Monday 2019 because of what's happening all around us, which is of course all the election fury that is being generated by all those leaders who are traversing different corners of the country, Prime Minister Modi among them as well. But first, as always, our headlines. The PM holds first set of rallies in Southeast India after announcement of poll dates, targets 3 regional dynasts in the 3 states of Odisha, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, blasts the entire opposition for questioning Balakot airstrikes, saying Pakistan is counting terrorists' bodies and rivals are demanding proof, promises to empower tribals, farmers and youth as well. BJP senior leader Arun Jaitley targets Congress-led UPA government in the wake of the Samjhauta blast verdict, says wrong people were arrested to establish Hindu terror theory, letting the real culprits get away. Tells the Congress to apologize for defaming the Hindu community, terms Mahagathbandhan political circus in his blog. BJP chief Amit Shah holds rallies in West Bengal, promises to implement NRC in the state upon regaining power in Delhi to oust illegal immigrants. Also lashes out at the opposition for questioning the Balakot airstrikes, says instead of the nation safeguarding vote bank is the opposition's priority. And the opposition also steps up on its poll campaign gas. Congress President Rahul Gandhi visits multiple places in Haryana. His sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra goes to Ayodhya to seek voters' blessings. Mahagathbandhan works out who will contest on which seat in Bihar, releases its list of candidates. CPI also releases its manifesto. India nips Pakistan's Kartarpur ploy in the bud. Sources say MEA has expressed its reservations on the inclusion of certain suspected individuals in the Islamabad's Committee on the Bridge of Faith. Says the corridor should not be used for any anti-India activity. Setback for Nirav Modi. UK court denies bail to the fugitive diamond seller. Judge says substantial grounds to believe he won't surrender after Crown Prosecution Service says he threatened to kill witnesses and tried to get Vanuatu citizenship. Markets end the last trading day of the financial year on a high note. BSE Sensex climbs 127 points to close at 38,673. The financial year sees the markets climb 16%. And Team India pummels Poland 10 goals to none in the last league match of the Sultan Azlan Shah Cup hockey tournament in Malaysia. Will take on South Korea in the finals tomorrow. Well, first up, the big breaking news of the moment is that fugitive jeweler Nirav Modi, accused in the Punjab National Bank scam, has been denied bail by London's Westminster Magistrate Court. The next date of hearing has been fixed for the 26th of April, which means that for all these days, Nirav Modi has very little hope of getting out of jail. But let's get more on that. Amritpal Singh, my colleague and correspondent, joining us from the newsroom. Amrit, just tell us, how did all this come about? Because I believe the court has really justified why he should not be granted bail in most serious terms.
Gautam, I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat your question again, please?
Just wanted to ask you, why has the court, on what grounds has it chosen to deny Nirav Modi bail, and that too for quite a significant period too?
That's right. The court denied the bail to Nirav Modi the second time. Now he'll be in jail for another 6 weeks when the next hearing comes up. Essentially, Toby Cadman, the Crown prosecution's lawyer, had argued that he's a flight risk. Secondly, he could influence witnesses and destroy evidence. And he's not cooperating with the agencies for the trial of the case. So the court heard that. Of course, the defense lawyer tried to argue that he has a rented place in his own name. He was trying to open a bank account on the 20th of March when he was arrested. But the court, the Chief Judicial Magistrate Emma Arbuthnot, heard both sides, and after that she would have been convinced that he is indeed a flight risk, and the court denied bail to Nirav Modi and posted the matter after 6 weeks.
Right. Now, what's the road ahead on this, and by when can we really see movement on India's bid to extradite him as well? Because this too perhaps is part of that process.
Well, that's right, Gautam. It's the start of a long process, as we saw in the Vijay Mallya case. Interestingly, it's the same judge who had given an order for extradition of Vijay Mallya, who was hearing the magistrate Emma at the Westminster Court in London, which was hearing Nirav Modi's bail plea today. The defense has every right to argue that it is that there is no case against Nirav Modi and he should not be extradited to India. As we saw in the case of Vijay Mallya, every accused takes whatever plea, uses whatever loophole in the rule book to play up their defense, which he could say that the prison conditions in India are not fine, it is a political vendetta against him and things like that. He could delay that, but finally the court will decide on what evidence is placed in front of the court. After that, he can appeal to the UK Foreign Office. He can also appeal in the High Court in London against this decision. So
he can perhaps try and get bail there too, even now.
It's the first step that has begun, Gautam.
He can perhaps try and get bail appealing as well, even now.
Gautam, I couldn't hear you. What do you say?
He could try to get bail in appeal as well, can't he?
Oh, that's right. He can. He obviously can. Ask for bail as many times as he wishes. So, which of course he would try to get bail. His lawyer would put up a case as they put up today. But the judge was pretty clear that he continues to pose a flight risk. The prosecution also put on record that how he tried to threaten Ashish Lad, an eyewitness, and kill him, and also tried to bribe him by 20 lakh rupees for evading arrest. So all that was put on record. The prosecution also put on record that how the phone records regarding the PNB fraud case back in India have been destroyed by Nirav Modi. He's used his influence to destroy those phone records. So that he clearly would influence witnesses. He could destroy evidence. So that is why he needs to be kept in jail. But yes, nothing stops his lawyers for appealing for bail again.
I'm sure they try, but considering the kind of observations the court made, even going to the extent that when I think his lawyer was telling the judge that he could be lodged in Arthur Road jail, the judge apparently said that it could even be in the same cell as Vijay Mallya, because apparently the judge, since she had seen the size of the room as far as Arthur Road jail is concerned, had seen how large it is. So she said that as well. But the Crown Prosecution Service was arguing the case in court, but we do know that the Indian Investigative Agency's team has also been there. Their presence must have also helped in making all the arguments that have led to the denial of bail for Nirav Modi today.
Gautam, there is some audio issue. Could you please repeat your question? I'm getting a very feeble audio.
Just wanted to ask you that our team, the team of Indian Investigative Agencies, has also been there. Did their presence help?
Yes, our team, our ED team and our CBI team is there and is assisting the Crown Prosecution Service. In fact, the evidence which the Crown Prosecution Service is putting in front of the court is being supplied by both these agencies, and they are actually arguing on behalf of the Indian authorities for him to be extradited back to India, and they're building up a case saying that here is a man who's committed fraud and he's fled to London, he's fled to India, and he needs to be extradited. We have an extradition treaty with the United Kingdom, and that he needs to be extradited back to India, where a trial needs to take place. So the judge needs to be convinced that does he fulfill those extradition clauses? Is there nothing? Is there anything that could be, that the Indian authorities could use against him, which might not be in the extradition treaty? Say, for example, UK has a treaty not to extradite when a crime is punishable by death penalty, but in this particular case, as we know, that fraud is not punishable by death penalty.
Yes.
So it does not apply here. So obviously, the prosecution is being assisted by the Indian authorities, which is represented by our two agencies, ED and CBI.
Right. The Crown Prosecution Service also told the judge that threat calls, of death were made on behalf of Nirav Modi to one of the witnesses. What more can you tell us about that?
Yes, the Crown Prosecution Service put that Ashish Lad, one of the eyewitnesses, was threatened by Nirav Modi, and a death threat was issued to him. They placed on a record this in front of the court, and also they said that how he tried to bribe to evade arrest to the extent of 20 lakh Indian rupees. So that he was Nirav Modi was actually trying to evade arrest. He knew since he knew right from the beginning that he would be, the Indian agencies would pursue that, and he was trying to delay it as far as possible and try to evade arrest. In fact, when the media caught up with him, both the British media and the Indian media, he refused to answer any questions. So clearly he was trying to evade the law, and that was established by the CPS, or the Crown Prosecution Services, their lawyer in court today, and why he needs to be kept behind bars, as he could destroy evidence, influence witnesses.
In fact, Amit, there was a very specific reference. There was a very specific reference to that destroying evidence bid as well.
Yes, they did place on record that how he has destroyed evidence back in India relating to some documents, some phone records in the PMB scam case, which is being investigated by Indian agencies back in India as well.
Right. Now, of course, how can we really expect this case to move along? Will it? Does this indicate that the extradition process will be in some ways faster than we've seen in previous cases, since so much seems to have been revealed about Nirav Modi, which doesn't really hold him in any sort of a positive light?
Well, the court will take on record and will act according to what is put in front of it. So if the Indian investigating agencies build a watertight case and the Crown prosecution argues it well, the court would take that into account and only then act in accordance with the English law. That is it a fit case for extradition? Does he seem prima facie guilty? Does it fulfill the criteria which are in the India and UK extradition treaty, Indo-UK extradition treaty, and if those things are in place, the court would take its decision. But as I said earlier, Nirav Modi, as any accused, has the right to represent himself, would try to use all tricks in the book to sort of delay it as far as possible. And also we have to remember, Nirav Modi's case is very, very different from Vijay Mallya's case. Here there is a clear fraud that is being established. Vijay Mallya in his case had argued that, look, I'm ready to pay the Indian authorities, that he was an MP and it's basically a political vendetta against him. But here is a man who's not a politician. Here is a man who's got nothing to do. So it will be difficult for him to sort of prove these charges. So we'll have to see how long this drags. But yes, this is really only the first step of what could be a long process, because there are courts of appeal against it, and he would obviously exploit all that he can to delay his extradition as far as possible.
I'm sure he has the money to hire the best lawyers at the cost of all the depositors in PNB. Thanks a lot for joining us for the moment, Amritpal Singh. Okay, that's that for the moment, and let's now move on to what's happening as far as Mandate 2019 is concerned. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi took his campaign trail to Southeast India today for the first time after poll dates were announced. In Naveen Patnaik, K. Chandrasekhar Rao and Chandrababu Naidu, he took aim at 3 ruling regional dynasts in the 3 states of Odisha, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. The PM also spoke about the work done by his government to usher in development and prosperity in these states, while attacking all those in the opposition who've questioned the Balakot airstrikes.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed rallies on Friday. First, he addressed a public meeting in Koraput in Odisha. Prime Minister Modi said the people have to decide whether they want a government that takes action against terror havens and the menace of terror, or a government that does not dare to take any action against terrorism. He said people must decide if they want to vote for those who just indulge in raising slogans, or those who work and take decisions in the interest of the nation.
गद्दारी कर रहे लोग अब इतना बौखला गए हैं कि देश के वैज्ञानिकों, देश की सेना, देश के नौजवानों के सामर्थ्य सबका आए दिन सुबह शाम अपमान करने लगे हैं। जब भारत आतंकियों पर कार्रवाई करता है, उन्हें घर में घुसकर मारता है, तो भी ये लोग सबूत मांगते हैं। 1 महीना हो गया पाकिस्तान लाशें गिनने में लगा हुआ है और ये सबूत मांग रहे हैं।
Prime Minister Modi said Odisha can only progress and develop when the farmer and the youth will progress. He said this election is not to elect an MP but to build new Odisha, and this will only be possible if the Bharati Janata Party is elected to power. Hitting out at the Naveen Patnaik government, Prime Minister Modi said that those who have governed the state for 7 decades, they have not given the state anything but poverty.
बीते 7 दशकों में जिन्होंने यहां सरकारें चलाई है, उन्होंने ओडिशा को गरीबी और भुखमरी के अलावा कुछ भी नहीं दिया है। गरीबों और आदिवासियों के नाम पर योजनाएं बनती है, लेकिन बिचौलिए और दलाल उसका फायदा लूट लेते जाते हैं और असली लाभार्थी बेचारा सर पकड़ करके रोता रहता है।
Prime Minister Modi addressed second rally in Mehboob-Nagar, Telangana. He slammed the TRS government, saying the government in the state does not work with any policy, it only works for a family.
केसीआर वंशवाद की राजनीति और तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति का एक चेहरा है। टीआरएस और एमआईएम का गठबंधन तेलंगाना के फायदे के लिए नहीं, अपने फायदे के लिए किया गया है। भारत माता का अपमान करने वालों और संविधान को ताक पर रखकर आरक्षण की बात करने वालों का ये घालमेल सिर्फ वोट बैंक की चिंता कर सकता है, तेलंगाना की कभी नहीं कर सकता।
Prime Minister Modi said there is a need for a government which can take decisions. The Prime Minister for his last rally of the day reached Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh. He hit out at the TDP, Jagan Reddy and the Congress. The Prime Minister said after these elections, development will usher in Andhra Pradesh and corruption will end.
सुरक्षा, समृद्धि और सम्मान, यही हमारे विकास के मॉडल के अहम पहलू है। दूसरी तरफ नेता तय नहीं, नीति है नहीं, अपने परिवारों के लिए सोचने वाले ये लोग गरीब, दलित, वंचित, पीड़ित, शोषित का भला कभी नहीं कर सकते। ये यूटर्न बाबू ने ऐसे दोस्तों को ढूंढा है जो बैलगाड़ी पर चलते हैं। बैलगाड़ी यानी जो भ्रष्टाचार के आरोप में जमानत पर है, बेल पर है और अपनी राजनीति की गाड़ी चला रहे हैं।
Political atmosphere is fast changing ahead of elections. Prime Minister Modi in his rallies put forth the work done by his government for the development of the country and the people. He also took a jibe at the opposition. With inputs from Anuj Yadav in Koraput, Rama Tyagi in Mehboob Nagar and Nitendra Singh in Kurnool, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
So 3 states ruled by regional dynasts where the BJP is not in the power equation is looking to, in fact, grow itself there. Let's go to one of those places, Kurnool. My colleague Nitendra Singh joins us from there. Nitendra, what did the PM's address convey to you as far as Kurnool is concerned in terms of the BJP's goal to ensure that it enlarges its kitty in this wide region which we can really call Southeast India from Odisha to Andhra Pradesh?
देखिए गौतम, पीएम ने 2 बात बड़ी स्पष्टता से कही कि विकास बनाम भ्रष्टाचार और परिवारवाद, ये तीनों जो रैली थी तीनों स्टेट में, उसमें इन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री ने सिर्फ इसी बात पे फोकस किया। एक तरफ उन्होंने दिखाया कि कैसे एनडीए के नेतृत्व में सरकार है वो विकास की धारा बहा रही है, चाहे वो केंद्र की में के उनके राज्य हो या फिर किसी भी राज्य में विकास की एक धारा बहा रही है। दूसरा ये था कि जो राज्यों में छत्रप है, जो अपने अपने राज्यों में स्ट्रांग है, वो किस तरीके से भ्रष्टाचार कर रहे हैं और उनका परिवारवाद बढ़ता जा रहा है, उनके परिवारों के लोगों को सीट दे रहे हैं, टिकट दे रहे हैं और वो वंशावली एक तरह से बना हुआ है कि एक के बाद एक अपने बच्चों को, उनके बच्चों को वो टिकट दिया जा रहा है। और कैसे जो योजनाएं हैं, कल्याणकारी योजनाएं हैं जो जनता के लिए है, किसानों के लिए, गरीबों के लिए है, उनमें भ्रष्टाचार है, वो पैसा बना रहे हैं। तो सीधे सीधे प्रधानमंत्री ने इसी बात को फोकस किया, चाहे वो उड़ीसा हो, तेलंगाना हो या फिर आंध्र प्रदेश में हो। आंध्र प्रदेश में उन्होंने अपने जो केंद्र की योजनाएं थी जो राज्य में चलाई गई थी आंध्र प्रदेश में, उसको सिलसिलेवार तरीके से बताया कि कैसे नौजवानों के लिए आईटी, ट्रिपल आईटी, एम्स जैसे संस्थान दिए और केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय यहाँ पे खोले गए। उसके अलावा उन्होंने सड़क पे, हाईवे पे और एयरवे, खासतौर पे जो 3 बड़े एयरपोर्ट है यहाँ पे, विजयवाड़ा और ये तिरुपति और कुर्नूल के पास जो एयरपोर्ट है उसको विस्तार करने की बात की गई। तो इस तरह से उन्होंने एक खाका खींचा कि कैसे 5 साल में केंद्र सरकार ने यहाँ पे काम किया। दूसरा उन्होंने ये भी गिनवाया कि किस तरह के चंद्रबाबू नायडू के जो सरकार है वो भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त है, वो परिवारवाद को बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं और कैसे केंद्र की योजनाओं को अपने नाम कर रहे हैं, इसलिए उनको स्टिकर बाबू तक उन्होंने करार दिया। और यू टर्न बोला कि यू टर्न बाबू है वो बार बार बदलते हैं, चाहे 2000 जब अटल जी की सरकार थी तब भी वो साथ छोड़ दिए थे, उसके बाद इन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि एनडीए को उन्होंने छोड़ दिया। और ये भी कुछ दिन पहले पीयूष गोयल ने बोला था कि वो कांग्रेस को भी शायद छोड़ देंगे जब उनको मौका लगेगा। तो इस तरीके से सीधे सीधे प्रधानमंत्री ने खाका खींचा और कोशिश की कि जनता विकास की जो अवधारणा है बीजेपी की उस पे आधार पे वोट करे।
Right. Now let's look at the other side. In Andhra Pradesh, there's Chandrababu Naidu, who calls himself the CEO of the state. We have Chandrasekhar Rao in Telangana, who's taken welfareism fairly ahead as far as that new state is concerned. And in Odisha, again, Naveen Patnaik is viewed as a welfarist, and he's gone ahead and said that he'll give 1/3 seats to women. So each of them have been trying to mold voters and retain their support to continue ruling in their own way. How did the PM really counter or at least show that these claims that these leaders make of benefiting people through their rule and then in the future as well, they don't really bear out?
देखिए सबसे बड़ी बात है जो तीनों जो स्टेट है उसमें जो लोकल छत्रप है, जिनका दबदबा है काफ़ी अरसे समय से। खास तौर पर अगर उड़ीसा में नवीन पटनायक हो या फिर तेलुगु देशम पार्टी की सरकार काफ़ी लंबे अरसे से आंध्र प्रदेश में रही, उसके बाद जब दोनों राज्यों का बंटवारा हुआ तेलंगाना और आंध्र प्रदेश को लेकर के, तो दबदबा हमेशा ये रहा। प्रधानमंत्री आज इस एरिया में, खासतौर पर दक्षिण भारत में और उड़ीसा में एक रैली को जिस तरीके से शुरुआत की उन्होंने, चुनाव प्रचार की तरह से एक नई गति मिला चुनाव प्रचार के धार को, और जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता उनमें जोश जगह है कि कैसे वो फिर आगे फाइट कर सकते हैं इन स्टेट में। चूंकि संगठन के लिहाज से देखा जाए तो इस एरिया में, खासतौर पर इन राज्यों में कम संगठन ताकतवर है बीजेपी का, तो लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री की इस रैली से निश्चित तौर पर एक बूस्ट मिलेगा। और खासतौर पर जो अवधारणा है विकास की, जो जिस तरीके से खाका उन्होंने खींचा कि किस तरह से केंद्रीय योजनाओं का लाभ किसानों को मिला, स्वास्थ्य आयुष्मान भारत का उन्होंने गिनती कराया, उसके अलावा जो बहुत सारी ऐसी योजनाएं थी जो सिंचाई से रिलेटेड योजनाएं थी, उनको उन्होंने बताया कि इससे फायदा आम जनता को हो रहा है, गरीब को हो रहा है। लेकिन जो दूसरे लोग हैं वो सिर्फ पैसा बनाने में, भ्रष्टाचार करने में लगे हुए हैं। तो ये निश्चित तौर पर एक लोग जरूर इस बात को सोचेंगे कि क्यों उनकी जिंदगी में कैसे बदलाव आए जब वो नई सरकार को चुनेंगे। 11 अप्रैल को आंध्र प्रदेश में वोटिंग होना है लोकसभा और विधानसभा के, तो निश्चित तौर पे विकल्प देने की कोशिश की कि कैसे पिछले 60-70 सालों में ये रायसीना की मैं बात करूं कि रायसीना का इलाका है जिसमें 6 मुख्यमंत्री यहाँ से दिया गया और 1 प्रधानमंत्री और 1 राष्ट्रपति यहाँ से हुआ, लेकिन विकास से ये कोसों दूर रहा इलाका। काफी संख्या में पलायन यहाँ से लोगों का होता है। सिंचाई की बात करें तो मात्र 25 से 30% लोगों की यहाँ से सिंचाई की व्यवस्था हो पाती है। किसान आत्महत्या इस एरिया से ज्यादा करते हैं। उसके अलावा अगर लिटरेसी की बात की जाए तो 42%, 42% लिटरेसी इस एरिया का, जबकि कोस्टल आंध्रा की बात करें तो वो 66% लिटरेसी के। तो कितना अंतर है, जबकि 60-70 सालों में सिर्फ कांग्रेस और टीडीपी का शासन रहा है आंध्र प्रदेश में। तो निश्चित तौर पर प्रधानमंत्री ने इसको हिट किया, कांग्रेस पे भी प्रहार किया और टीडीपी पे भी सीधा सीधा प्रहार किया कि कैसे विकास के जरिए ही इस एरिया में लोगों की जीवन को बदला जा सकता है।
Right. Well, let's see to what extent does what the Prime Minister had to say appeals to voters. Not too much time left to really find out when they vote. Of course, the results will only come out late in May. Thanks a lot for joining us for the moment, Nitendra Singh. Okay, now what also happened today was that Prime Minister Modi cautioned countrymen against the Congress leadership lacking primary knowledge on vital issues. In an exclusive interview to a private news channel, the PM said that Mission Shakti was a pre-planned initiative taken after due deliberations with several coordinating agencies. Slamming the Congress on the question of the timing of the ASAT test, the PM said that a lot of planning is needed before an event like the anti-satellite tech demonstration.
विपक्ष में छोटे कोई दो गलती करे, हो सकती है गलती, लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी जो कि लंबे अरसे तक देश में सरकार में रही है और काफी वरिष्ठ नेता जो सरकार के भिन्न भिन्न कामों को देखने वाले उनके पास है, तो कम से कम उन्होंने अपने लोगों से कंसल्ट करना चाहिए था कि आखिर है क्या, ये मोदी जो कह रहा है वो विषय क्या है। और मुझे लगता है कि शायद उस जो प्राथमिक ज्ञान चाहिए उसका भी उनके बयान में अभाव नजर आता है। दुनिया की सुविधा के अनुसार आपको समय मिलता है, उस पीरियड में आपको अपना समय का उपयोग करना होता है। तो हमारे लिए ये समय आया था। अच्छा, ये चीजें ऐसी नहीं है कि आप उसको सोच करके रखें और कब करेंगे जी, और कभी कोई नई संकट पैदा हो जाए, ऐसा नहीं होता है। ये चीजें तो तत्काल करनी होती है।
So the PM also responding to the questions about timing of the ASAT tech demo that the opposition raised and trying to demolish that, destroy that as well. Now, as poll dates fast approach, the BJP has sharpened its attack against all its opponents. The day saw senior leader and Finance Minister Arun Jaitley targeting the Congress over the recent acquittal of all the accused in the Samjhauta blast case. He said the Congress-led UPA government framed wrong people to prove its Hindu terror theory, letting the real culprits get away, defaming the Hindu community, for which the people will never forgive it. And at the same time, BJP chief Amit Shah was in Alipurdwar in West Bengal, targeting Mamata Banerjee and its TMC government. Take a look.
With elections nearing, political activities along with crossfire of charges and countercharges are intensifying. The BJP has now targeted the Congress-led UPA government over the 2007 Samjhauta blast verdict, where all accused were recently acquitted by an NIA court. Senior BJP leader and Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has accused the Congress of framing innocence and letting the real culprits get away.
यूपीए और कांग्रेस के कार्यकाल में जहां कोई एविडेंस नहीं है, वहां पूरे हिंदू समाज को कलंकित कर देना हिंदू टेरर की एक थ्योरी पैदा करके, यह इतिहास में पहली बार हुआ है। और इस प्रकार से 3-4 मुकदमे इस तरह के बनाए, उनमें से एक भी टिक नहीं पाया। इसकी जिम्मेवारी कौन लेगा? इसकी जिम्मेवारी स्पष्ट रूप से यूपीए और कांग्रेस के नेतृत्व से है।
In his video blog, Jaitley also said that it was done to establish the Hindu terror theory and defame the entire Hindu community, for which the people will never forgive the Congress.
हमारा आरोप है कि राजनीतिक लाभ लेने के लिए हिंदू समाज को कलंकित किया गया एक फर्जी थियरी बना के, और आज इसीलिए कांग्रेस इन फैसले जो अदालतों के आए हैं उसके बाद एक वक्तव्य नहीं दे रही। ये तो पूरे समाज से माफी मांगने का अवसर है उनके लिए।
Friday also saw BJP chief Amit Shah on the campaign trail in West Bengal. Addressing a rally in Alipurduar, Shah said after returning to power in Delhi, it will implement the National Register of Citizens also in West Bengal to oust all illegal immigrants. But he clarified that Hindu refugees will not be victimized.
नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार फिर से आने वाली है। बंगाल के अंदर हम एनआरसी लेकर आएंगे और एक एक घुसपैठियों को चुन चुन कर निकालने का काम ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार करेगी।
The BJP chief also said that Lok Sabha elections this year will restore democracy in the state ruled by the Trinamool Congress. He also blasted opposition parties for seeking proof of the Balakot airstrike.
चाहे ममता हो, अखिलेश हो, राहुल बाबा हो, वो बातचीत करने की सलाह कर रहे हैं। मैं आपको आश्वस्त करने आया हूं मित्रों, नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार, भाजपा सरकार आतंकवादियों को छोड़ेगी नहीं। पाकिस्तान की ओर से गोली आएगी, यहां गोले से जवाब दिया जाएगा, ईद का जवाब पत्थर से दिया जाएगा।
The day also saw the BJP releasing another list of Lok Sabha poll candidates containing 11 names from Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. The party has so far declared candidates for 367 Lok Sabha seats. With Shailendra Mishra in Delhi and Abhishek Singh in Alipurduar, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
And Arun Jaitley has also slammed the opposition over Mahagathbandhan. He said that they have no leader, no program, no meeting of minds as well. Listen in.
There is no leadership. There are at least 4 contenders: Rahul Gandhi, Mayawati, Mamata Banerjee and Sharad Pawar. Each one is vying for a situation of hung parliaments, chaotic situations where he can bargain his way through. There is no commonality of ideology and there is absolutely no common program. At the cusp of history, can India afford such a chaotic coalition, or must it have a majority government of the Bharati Janata Party under the leadership of Shri Narendra Modi?
Now, on the other side, the opposition has also stepped up on its campaigning for the general elections. The Mahagathbandhan in Bihar has finally figured out who in the alliance will contest which seats and announce its list of candidates, but problems still exist within that fold. And Congress chief Rahul Gandhi was in Haryana today, while his sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was in Ayodhya, where she focused on attacking Prime Minister Modi's government, but managed to rub some people the wrong way because of, well, a bit of a significant omission.
Political activity is heating up ahead of elections. After much hectic deliberations, the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar has announced the seat sharing and the candidates on Friday.
तरह तरह के लोग न्यूज में रूमर फैलाने का काम किया गया है कि महागठबंधन बिखर जाएगा, इतनी देरी क्यों हो रही है। आपको बता दें कि 2 चरण के जो उम्मीदवार हैं उसका घोषणा हम लोगों ने पहले कर दिया है। जो बाकी के जो 5 चरण की सीटें जो हैं कहां-कहां गई हैं, किस दल में गई है, उसकी घोषणा आज हम कर रहे हैं।
Seats may have been announced, but candidates on some seats are yet to be announced. And reports suggest that Lalu Prasad's eldest son Tej Pratap is unhappy with the ticket distribution and there is unease in the family. Congress President Rahul Gandhi addressed party's Parivartan Yatra in Haryana. The Congress President also held road shows at Yamunanagar. In a rally, Rahul Gandhi appealed to bring Congress to power.
ये हमने आपको हथियार दिए कांग्रेस पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, जाइए पोलिंग बूथ पे जाइए, हरियाणा को जोड़ने का काम कीजिए, सबको एक साथ लाने का काम कीजिए और यहाँ पे कांग्रेस पार्टी को जिताने का काम कीजिए.
Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra interacted with the locals during a chopal in Kumarganj.
आपने कांग्रेस की सरकार देखी, कांग्रेस की सरकार ने आपको मनरेगा दिया, लोगों को अच्छी लगी ये योजना, आपको रोजगार मिले गांव के जो कार्य थे आप द्वारा हुए.
The BJP hit back at Priyanka's Ayodhya visit.
बहुत अच्छी बात है, लोग जाएं और इस बात को स्वीकार करें कि यही सही राम जन्म स्थान है.
The Congress released a list of 4 candidates from Bihar, 7 from Odisha and 1 from Uttar Pradesh. Former Lok Sabha Speaker Meera Kumar to contest from Sasaram in Bihar and Supriya Srinate from Uttar Pradesh's Maharajganj. The CPI released its election manifesto for the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. The CPI also proposed a law for agricultural workers and a separate budget for agriculture.
There is a new demand from youth of this country. You have an Employment Guarantee Act which covers all sections of our young people. In our manifesto, we have placed it. Let the new government think of bringing a Bhagat Singh Employment Guarantee Act.
BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra also filed his nomination from the Puri parliamentary constituency. Many leaders of the party and workers were present with Sambit Patra. Sambit Patra said there is a need of change in Odisha.
जगन्नाथ जी ने मुझे बुलाया है और नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने मुझे भेजा है. मैं इतना कहना चाहता हूं कि पुरी में विकास का बयार बहेगा. नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में यहां परिवर्तन होगा और आप देखेंगे जिस प्रकार उत्तर प्रदेश, जिस प्रकार त्रिपुरा में भी परिवर्तन हुआ, ठीक उसी प्रकार का परिवर्तन उड़ीसा में होने वाला है.
The Gujarat High Court rejected Congress leader Hardik Patel's plea seeking suspension of his conviction in a rioting case of 2015 in Mehsana. As per the Representation of the People's Act 1951, Hardik Patel will not be able to contest the upcoming Lok Sabha elections due to his conviction. Ahead of the elections, political activity is in full swing and the leaders are trying to woo the voters. With Bureau Inputs, Newsnight Desk, DD India.
And we'll bring you back to Mandate 2019 in just a bit, but President Ramnath Kovind is in Bolivia at the moment, which is the second leg of his three-nation visit. Let's dip into what's happening in Bolivia as far as the President's visit is concerned.
This year, President Morales and I renewed our commitment to strengthen global partnership. I thank him for his strong condemnation of the recent Pulwama terror attack in the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir, perpetrated from across the border. We agreed to work together to defeat terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. We also agreed on the need for reform of the UN Security Council to make it reflective of contemporary realities. I once again thank President Morales for his friendship and for his deep commitment to India-Bolivia relations. Muchas gracias.
Agradecemos las palabras del Presidente de la República.
So there you saw the President briefing about what sort of bilateral meeting did he have with his Bolivian counterpart Evo Morales in that Latin American country. And now it's time for our In Focus, which is Mandate 2019. And to talk about Mandate 2019, we have in our studio senior journalist Shekhar Iyer. Now, Shekhar, let's first talk about the Prime Minister's visit to, well, 3 states really, 3 places in 3 states, Odisha, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Now, what do you make of the choice really of the 3 places that he visited in the first place, the first time that he's gone there after the poll dates were announced?
Well, all these three states are areas where the BJP is looking for a foray and for a great inroad. And you have seen in Odisha there is a government there which has been in power since 99 under the charge of Naveen Patnaik.
Yes.
And the assembly elections are taking place there along with the Lok Sabha. So Prime Minister's campaign today was specifically directed at the kind of rule that has been there in Odisha for a long time. Of course, the Prime Minister did not personally attack Naveen Patnaik, but he spoke about the kind of development that the Odisha should have witnessed has not happened. But it is also very interesting because Biju Janata Dal was once a part of NDA, and after that we have seen since 2004 it has been offering what is called issue based support. On some issues they are with the NDA, on some issues they are not with the NDA. And since the elections are coinciding with assembly elections, so there is a lot of political focus on Odisha.
Okay.
Similarly, in Andhra, we have seen where the Prime Minister today spoke in Kurnool, where where he attacked the Chandrababu Naidu's government, because Chandrababu Naidu was with the NDA for a long time, and suddenly he
until last year,
and then turned around and said, "Look, BJP has not fulfilled his promise. The special status was to be given." When questions were raised about how his government has managed the resources that the centre had already given. So, in fact, one can see Chandrababu Naidu is actually rather having his back to the wall, I would say, because a lot of questions are being raised about what he has managed the last 5 years in Andhra Pradesh. And incidentally, Chandrababu Naidu is facing a big challenge from the opposition there, which is led by Jagan Mohan Reddy. And what we get to hear from ground reports is Jagan has been drawing huge crowds in different parts, focusing on the acts of commission and omission by Chandrababu Naidu's government. So BJP's plan there is to carve out its own space in Andhra Pradesh. Similarly, in Telangana, which has just witnessed assembly elections, where K. Chandrasekhar Rao's Telangana Rashtriya Samiti has done particularly very well. So therefore, BJP's plan is that since Congress has been vanquished in Telangana, that BJP should fill the opposition space first.
And how is how are all these opposition parties in different states really taking on the challenge of the BJP? Because as far as the BJP, especially in the persona of the Prime Minister, is concerned, it's pretty formidable, though some would say that there is anti-incumbency for the BJP as well at the centre.
Yeah, you see, if you take southern India, there are about 130 Lok Sabha seats. Therefore, the BJP's focus there is to try its best to see that it can get a foothold and win whatever seats there holds out promise for it, whether it is in Kerala or in Tamil Nadu, where it is in alliance with the ruling AIADMK, and in Telangana, as I said earlier, there are 70 Lok Sabha seats. And BJP's plan is that there are pockets in Telangana which has always backed BJP. So today we heard the Prime Minister targeting both TRS as well as MIM of overseas party, which he often where he mentioned today specifically about the politics of appeasement, which is the plank on which the BJP is focusing in Telangana. In the Andhra Pradesh, it is Vikas, development plank, and trying to contrast with the policies that the NDA has rolled out, and what Chandrababu has done, did he utilize the money funds that were given to Andhra Pradesh, and also the issue of corruption in Andhra Pradesh, which is a very big issue which has been highlighted by the opposition led by Jagan Mohan Reddy.
But Jagan himself is, he faces a lot of charges of similar nature.
Yes, in fact, it's a very interesting, if you go back to the history of the current history, what is the rise of Jagan Mohan itself was a revolt against Rahul Gandhi, because he was claiming a rightful heir to the legacy of Y. Rajshekar Reddy, his father.
Yes, he went in defiance on the Udarpur Yatra, and then
after that, he was then the Rahul Gandhi and Jagan Mohan somehow had a problem of chemistry, and then we saw the UPA government slamming cases against Jagan Mohan. Jagan had to go to jail, then in some cases he is out on bail. The trial is on in other cases. So Jagan is out there as a political victim of the Congress, that he was singled out, and
that makes him a potential partner, you know, of the NDA as well.
Well, it does, because after all, the enemy's enemy is my friend. So Jagan's case is.
Did the PM kind of convey that he was conscious of that when he was addressing the people in Kurnool today?
No, but one thing was clear: the Prime Minister's focus was on Chandrababu Naidu, not on the TRS. And as far as YSR Congress, so whether it is YSR Congress in Andhra Pradesh or Chandrasekhar Rao's TRS or even BJD in Odisha, see, the current campaign is about, because this, after all, every party has to work for the success of its candidate. So the Prime Minister's speeches today do not in any way indicate what is going to be the post-poll scenario. But we do know that TRS, Biju Janata Dal are parties that is, they are not going to cooperate with the Congress, because they have been actually talking of a situation where a non-Congress government. So it is quite within the realm of political speculation.
Although Chandrasekhar Rao has his own prime
political speculation that post-elections they would rather be more comfortable with the BJP than with the Congress.
Okay. Okay, let's quickly talk about the Mahagathbandhan constituents as well, including we saw Rahul Gandhi was in Haryana, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was in Ayodhya, Faizabad, if you name the parliamentary constituency, where she was attacking the Modi government, the Prime Minister himself, but some people did not like it that she did not go to the disputed site, Ram Lalla as it's termed by those people who have faith there.
Well, I think the Priyanka's current foray in that part of Uttar Pradesh is rather to somehow revive the fortunes of Congress, and as well as some of her statements also, including of the last 2 days, where she has indicated that she is willing to contest, and she is even open to a question of contesting against the Prime Minister.
What do you make of this
as a candidate for
Varanasi? On this appeal, this soft Hindutva appeal, going to Ayodhya, not going to the disputed site, it's a situation where you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Well, I think it has a very limited purpose. As you mentioned, we have seen Rahul also visiting temples right from Gujarat assembly elections, and he had proclaimed himself as a Shiv Bhakt, and subsequently the party spokesperson Surjewala had even called him as a Janeudari Hindu, and which sparked off more controversies. But I think the Congress has been on the back foot since 2014 elections, because there have been internal assessment that Congress was seen as somehow has been more of an appeasement attitude towards minorities, rather than willing to take up issues that are considered Hindu.
Okay.
So I think they are finding it a need to do some balancing, and therefore you have seen that his temple visits have often been criticized by BJP, saying that the temple visits happen only during elections, not during other part of the time. As far as Ayodhya is concerned, in the case of Priyanka, I do not think any member of the Gandhi clan would like to go to that disputed site, because that would mean taking the clock to the other extreme, where exposing Congress support bank among the minorities, because that is not something Congress would be willing to risk now.
Which is why a very thin, narrow line, treading very delicate manner of being around the issue, not on it entirely. Okay, we'll have to see where does that take the Congress and its allies. Not too long to find out now. Thanks a lot for joining us for the moment.
Thank you.
Iyer. Okay, now let's turn to what's happened as far as other people in the fray are also concerned. Well, located in the western region of the country, Gujarat is composed of 26 parliamentary and 182 assembly constituencies. The Gandhinagar parliamentary constituency will go to polls in the third phase of the Lok Sabha elections on the 23rd of next month. This constituency lies on the west bank of the Sabarmati river and has emerged as a key seat in the Lok Sabha polls because of BJP chief Amit Shah.
Gandhinagar Lok Sabha constituency in Gujarat is all set to witness high-voltage political activity on Saturday when BJP President Amit Shah will file his nomination for the seat. With his candidature, Shah will be seeking to make his debut in Lok Sabha. Union Ministers Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari and leaders of BJP's allies such as Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray, SAD Supremo Prakash Singh Badal and LJP founder Ram Vilas Paswan will be present during Amit Shah's filing of nomination.
यहाँ से हम भिन्न भिन्न चौराहे होते हुए तकरीबन 4 किलोमीटर का रूट रहेगा। इस रूट पर जगह जगह जनता का आशीर्वाद लेने के लिए जनता भी साथ में रहेगी और कार्यकर्ता भी रहेंगे। इन सबका आशीर्वाद लेते हुए अमित भाई पाटीदार चौक पर इस रोड शो का समापन करेंगे और उसके बाद नामांकन के लिए जाएंगे।
The 4-kilometer road show would start from Sardar Patel statue in the Naranpura area of the Gatlodia area. Party workers would greet Shah by forming a human chain on the road in Gandhinagar. The announcement of Amit Shah as the candidate from Gandhinagar marks a new chapter not only for BJP but for Gandhinagar as well. BJP dropped stalwart leader and sitting MP LK Advani. Advani has been a member of parliament from Gandhinagar since 1991, barring 1996 and 1998 when the late Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Vijay Bhai Patel won. The BJP had put up its best show in the state in the Lok Sabha polls of 2014 by winning all the 26 seats. The party is hoping to repeat its performance this time and is confident that Amit Shah's candidature will help it continue its victory run. Bureau Report, DD News.
Now, as part of the voter awareness campaign for Lok Sabha elections 2019, the Election Commission of India and Indian Railways have come together to utilize 4 long-distance trains to carry out voter awareness and motivational messages. Chief Electoral Officer Delhi Ranbir Singh and Director Sweep Padma Angmo, Election Commission of India and Divisional Railway Manager Northern Railways RN Singh flagged off Kerala Express at New Delhi Railway Station today. Now, India has conveyed its concerns over the presence of some controversial names in a committee appointed by Pakistan on the Kartarpur Corridor project. India has sought clarifications from Islamabad on key proposals put forward by it at the last meeting held in Attari to discuss the modalities of the Kartarpur Sahib corridor. Besides, New Delhi also conveyed to Pakistan that the next meeting on the modalities can be scheduled at an appropriate time after receiving the response.
Friday conveyed its concerns over the presence of several controversial names in a committee appointed by Pakistan on the Kartarpur corridor. India had asked Pakistan to make its stand clear on key proposals put forward by New Delhi at the last meeting held in Attari to discuss the modalities of the Kartarpur Sahib corridor. It was also conveyed to the Pakistani side that the next meeting on the modalities of the corridor can be scheduled at an appropriate time after receiving Pakistan's response. India raised its concerns after Pakistan included some of the controversial names in a 10-member committee recently constituted by Pakistan to oversee the Kartarpur corridor. The committee includes some controversial names like that of Gopal Singh Chawla, Maninder Singh, Tara Singh, Bishan Singh and Kuljit Singh. India has also raised its objections over inclusion of these names in the committee. India said that for long, these persons have remained involved in anti-India activities. In order to take forward the infrastructure development for the corridor in an expeditious manner, India has proposed to hold another meeting of technical experts in mid-April to resolve outstanding issues at the 0 point agreed to at the last meeting. India is highly concerned about the security of its pilgrims and has made it clear to Pakistan that the corridor should not be used for anti-India activities. India wants to conclude the corridor in an expeditious manner and in letter and spirit, but there can be no let-up in security. India has asked for entry of pilgrims at the corridor without paying any fee and believes a passport is good enough document to prove the identity and citizenship. Pakistan, however, wants to impose an entry fee. Pakistan is allowing only 500 to 700 pilgrims to the Gurdwara Kartarpur Sahib on a daily basis, while India wants about 5,000 pilgrims daily and up to 15,000 on special days, keeping in view the huge demand. Last November, both India and Pakistan had agreed to set up the Kartarpur corridor to link the historic Gurdwara Darbar Sahib, the final resting place of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, to Dera Baba Nanak in Gurdaspur. Bureau Report, DD India.
Now let's talk about India's bid to corner Pakistan and its terror pets. India has called upon the UN Security Council to ensure that the sanctions imposed are enforced as well as far as terror entities and individuals are concerned, those who've been proscribed by the UN Security Council. It's said that in the absence of that, and it's a veiled reference to Pakistan really, that the countries that are apologists for terrorists will continue to provide alibis justifying their actions and inaction if that doesn't happen.
India has welcomed the UN resolution to counter terror financing. UN Security Council on Thursday unanimously adopted a resolution calling upon member states to step up efforts to combat and criminalize the financing of terrorists and their activities. Without naming Pakistan, India said, unfortunately, states who are apologists for terrorists will continue to provide alibis to justify their action and inaction.
Non-compliance of crucial sanctions measures in case of UN proscribed terrorists and entities renders all of us member states at a high risk of facing challenges from these terrorist organizations who are well funded and armed despite international measures.
India's permanent representative to the UN, Syed Akbaruddin, said that New Delhi specifically welcomes the recognition in the resolution of the essential role of the Financial Action Task Force in setting global standards.
We, the international community, need to be determined to continue evolving our toolbox and go by our rule book rather than be distracted and stray from our determination. The global community is impatient for action. Going forward, the UN collectively needs to do more and to do it much more effectively.
Climate change and global warming are posing serious threats to the world today. In order to create awareness against this hazard, Vigyan Prasar and All India Radio have together created a radio series comprising 52 episodes. The series has been named as Badalti Fizaएं in Hindi and Whispers of Wind in English. The series will be broadcast by All India Radio in 19 Indian languages from its 121 stations across the country.
आम जनमानस को उसकी भाषा में, उसके आसपास के क्षेत्र में, उसकी जितनी भी क्षेत्रगत समस्याएं हैं जो पर्यावरण में बदलाव से जो वो महसूस कर रहा है, उसको समझाना, उसको बताना कि ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है. हमारा काम विज्ञान प्रसार का एक आम जनमानस में विज्ञान का लोकप्रियकरण, विज्ञान संचार और विज्ञान का प्रसार करना है.
Do tune in as and when you can. It is of course a call which is almost urgent now, the call to combat climate change. And that's all we have in Newsnight tonight. But for all the latest, stay tuned to DD India.